Network Entertainment.
If nakakatakot yung conversation, if you're scared to say it, most likely that conversation is something you need to have. Like for instance, your spouse. You
Right.
don't like the way your spouse has been talking to you lately because
Right.
she's stressed at work.
Yeah.
But if you allow it just because she's stressed at work ikaw naman, you'll start building resentment.
What are the most common situations you've encountered in for the workplace?
Top performer, but difficult personality.
Yes.
So people tiptoe around the top performer.
Right.
The top performer starts to create tension and even energy.
Right.
It's very contagious. Kasi top performer naman yan. Ang galing niyan, ganyan talaga yan.
Hayaan mo na.
Hayaan mo na.
Hi, this is Mirza Season. Welcome to You Can Do This, a podcast that'll help you achieve your dreams and goals one episode at a time. What are you waiting for? Let's go! Is there a difficult conversation you've been avoiding having lately? You know, the one you keep replaying in your head but never say out loud, whether it's with your boss, your subordinate or teammate, or a loved one at home. You chicken out and hide behind a text or email instead of sitting down face to face, hoping the problem will magically solve itself. You choose the safety of a screen over the discomfort of eye contact. But our silence usually costs us more. More stress, misunderstandings, resentment, even financial consequences to the company. The truth is, when we find the courage to speak up, those hard conversations can actually bring us closer, strengthen our relationships, make collaboration easier, and give us peace of mind. My guest today specializes in helping people do exactly that. She's a former journalist trained to ask hard questions, who is now an ICF professional certified coach and certified shared leadership team coach. She has turned workplace tensions into transformation through her favorite workshop topic, Courageous Conversations. From Fortune 500 companies to development agencies and multinational organizations, she's helped leaders and teams navigate those difficult discussions we all avoid. She believes that the conversations we're most afraid of are the ones we need to have. Please welcome back on the show, Coach Nika Santos.
Thanks, Mirza.
Hi, Nika.
I always can't say no to you. Our conversations are always fun and fruitful.
Yes, and courageous. So, how are you?
Very good. And I'm glad that we're talking about this.
Yes.
Because this is a topic I'm very passionate about.
Right. And it's a topic that's always timely and concerns, I think, most Filipinos that I know, people that I coach, and even myself once upon a time, or still up to today. So, what exactly do you mean by courageous conversations as opposed to just difficult conversations?
Well, they're tied together. The
Right.
difficult conversation is the courageous conversation you need to have.
Yes.
So the difficult conversation is just that concept of this is going to be tough. There will be emotions involved. Potentially, people will get hurt or even offended. But oftentimes, these are exactly the conversations we need to have. But we need to enter into it with courage.
Right.
Kasi nga mahirap siya gawin. Diba?
right.
Nakakatakot naman talaga to offend people and to potentially hurt people. We don't want to do that.
Right. We were chatting earlier that Filipinos nga have a non-confrontational culture. But you say that it's not just Filipinos?
Yeah, I mean, generally among Asians, and actually even in Western countries, like in the US, a very Western, very individualistic culture, even them, they was it McKinsey? They put $1 amount for every difficult conversation avoided. It's human nature.
Okay.
But I think in Asia, or let's just talk about the Philippines, especially our generation, we were raised in a certain way where when you question,
Right.
tumigil ka, it's seen as being disrespectful. When you're just asking,
Right.
is there a different way to do this, or why do we have to do this?
Sumasagot-sagot ka na.
Oo, ang dami mong alam.
Right.
Right? Or when they'll call you automatically as nega.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Just because you're questioning,
Right,
or maybe
right.
there's a new way to do this, or why
Right.
is it, diba?
Nagmamarunong.
Oo.
Diba?
So it's something that's common in a lot of Asian countries. Just a few weeks ago in an executive roundtable, very interesting, a CEO who's worked in Japan, in Africa, in the Philippines, he says, oh, the Filipinos and the Japanese, there's something similar. They have 72 words for yes that actually mean no. So you need...
Ano kaya yung mga yun?
Madami. I mean, you kind of know already,
baka.
right? Oo, di ba?
Tignan natin.
Oo, tignan na. Mukhang okay naman.
Siguro.
Oo, siguro. Or yon. So, it goes by it, and it's interesting that he didn't say it like disparagingly. He just said it in a way that,
right.
well, that's the context of different people and their cultural background. So you just have to, as a leader, understand where they're coming from, and then try to draw out these people who are non-confrontational, and then build a culture wherein people kind of get out of their old conditioning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you mentioned that McKinsey put a dollar amount on every conversation avoided. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah. My gosh, my memory is not that great, but I put it in one of my blog articles.
I think I
where
saw that.
It's like $2,000 per every conversation avoided.
Oh my
Something
gosh.
like that. Yeah. So because right, when you avoid, like at work, you're a boss, and then there's a team member who's not performing as
Right.
expected, and then you keep avoiding that, productivity's hampered.
That's true.
Mistakes are made, so
That's
it does
true.
add up.
Right. And so what else are the consequences? How about like at home?
Yes, of course. In any relationship, personal or even work relationship, resentment builds. Right? You just keep it inside, and this has happened to me. I keep it inside, and then all of a sudden, maybe it wasn't even that serious. That's when you're going to explode.
Right.
Because
It festers.
It festers, it builds up, resentment builds up. Or you make assumptions in your head, and if you had just asked that person last week, Mirza, you were very cross with me in that meeting. And if I had asked you back then, are you okay? Or then maybe I would have known that you were having a terrible day. Right? It's not that you have something personal against me.
Instead of assuming, it's
Yes.
better to clarify.
Yeah.
Or I guess with children, I'm not a parent, but I can imagine that if there are things you want to bring up but don't, before you know it, the upbringing pala was compromised already.
Exactly, right? Ay, nako, let's not upset.
Oo. Ayaw niya yan.
Oo. So, you have to honor the other person's agitation, but not to say it's okay to get mad all the time, but
Right.
like, what's behind that?
Right.
What's behind these negative emotions you're feeling?
Right.
And then, so, the upside is you actually get to understand the other person, right? Like that example of mine, the Mirza who was salty to me in the meeting last week. If I'm more open with you, I'll understand that it wasn't me per se. It was you having a terrible day.
Right.
So,
right.
yun.
What are the most common situations you've encountered in for the workplace?
Top performer, but difficult personality.
Yes.
So people tiptoe around the top performer.
Right.
And then what happens is the top performer starts to create tension and even energy.
Right.
It's very contagious. Right? And then so you allow people who snap, people who shout, people who dress down other people. Kasi top performer naman yan. Ang galing niyan, ganyan talaga yan.
Hayaan mo na.
Hayaan mo na.
Right.
So, it's actually even fairer and more compassionate to the top performer to be honest from the get-go para naman he or she can also grow into being better
Right.
at communicating, being more patient, right? Give that person, empower him or her to also grow in that area.
Right. So have you actually coached people in this situation and what happened?
Oh, yes. I remember this fantastic, amazing, very a female executive who cared a lot about her work. But she has what you call, and I can relate, RBF.
Okay,
Resting bitch
like me.
face. Right? So I can relate. Mabait naman siya. But because she worked with, she would deal with a lot of contractors, and she was a woman, they'd always try to put one over her or talk down on her. So she ended up having this facade of being a tough one.
Right.
So even her language, her face, who's naturally RBF, ganon. So when she talks to colleagues who aren't the contractors, or
Ganun pa rin.
that's the default
Right,
already.
right.
So in her coaching, I asked her, what are things you could try? So she gave herself her own homework. Smile more.
Wait, she was aware. Or it was brought to her attention.
It was brought to her attention because we did psychological mapping.
Right.
So she got ratings that were, she was scary.
Okay.
Or she's, somebody even called her the B word.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was brought to her attention. She didn't know. And so some of the things that she thought of doing was, little by little, this week I'll try to smile more, be more conscious of my face, then small talk. Because she's also, because of the nature of her work, she's like, come on, let's do this. Let's do this.
Efficient. No
Oo.
time for...
But then she realized, because of her level of leadership, small talk.
Right.
And making kamusta, nagkasakit ka raw, or nagkasakit daw.
Nagulat ba yung mga tao?
Yeah.
Bumabait.
Yeah. Actually, and in 6 months later, when we did the psychological mapping again, from the bottom of the list, naging part of the top 10 siya.
Oh.
Right? So, yeah, I mean, this is not uncommon.
Right.
You know, I've met a lot of very kind people, but because of the position they carry and the weight of the work, they kind of forget
Right.
the small talk, the smiling,
Yeah.
the making people, the reading the room.
Right. And it's not just this unfair expectation for women to be pleasant, but then if it's a man, okay lang na ganun siya. Hindi naman ganun.
May ganun ding element. But I think, and this is just my opinion, the truth is, as women, we need to work harder. We need, yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Right.
Because that is everybody else's cultural
True.
conditioning, that
Right,
women
right.
need to be nurturing all the time.
Right.
It's up to us to kind of like, pull our weight and encourage people na, hey, we women face. But the truth is, most people are conditioned that way. So we do have to work doubly harder. I've had to work doubly harder, right? Like I do, and I demand for things that another guy would probably demand. And they won't look at him
Question
the
him,
same
right.
way. But when I do it, wow, what a B.
Yeah.
CH, right? So,
But if they're a guy, they're just doing their job.
Oo. Mainit lang ang ulo ngayon ni Sir.
Right.
Diba?
Right. What if naman, if it's a toxic boss that you have a hard time working with?
Yan, isa pa yan.
Do you have the right to actually have a conversation with your boss?
My philosophy is, yes, you do. Right? Sometimes you will be surprised. They're not aware.
Right.
They're not aware. So I remember somebody, I was coaching an executive. No. Yeah, I have to, but basta, he was a top level leader. And a younger person, a Gen Z actually said, sir, you were better to talk to, your emails, you sound so cold.
Oh.
Mabait pala kayo.
Okay. Yeah.
So, that, the Gen Zs, they're very, well, they tend to, some of them, they have that candor to say things like that.
Right.
So, si Sir, hindi naman siya nagalit. Parang, he was just like, oh, that's a blind spot, right? So, apparently, when I write emails, I should say hi.
Yeah. Actually, sa workplace setting, maraming email wars na kung nag-usap na lang sila.
Yeah. So actually, it's better
nahahaba.
to face-to-face. There's nothing like face-to-face. But then again, that leader also learned to new email skills, right?
Okay.
Because you're dealing with a lot of people. And then you want to set the tone and the culture.
Right.
So even you're communicating over
Even the
email,
written.
even your texts, you could actually also learn and grow.
Right.
And yes, I know you're efficient. But, sometimes a little lubricant in your text messages, in your email, can actually be good for business.
Right. You catch more flies with honey than
Correct.
vinegar.
Correct.
Okay. So a lot of us have this inner voicing, or maybe it's the culture. Hayaan mo na lang, baka lumala pa. So how can we overcome that fear and speak up na lang anyway?
Okay. I always say, if nakakatakot yung conversation, if you're scared to say it, most likely that conversation is something you need to have. Like for instance, your spouse. You don't like the way your spouse has been talking to you lately because she's stressed at work.
Yeah.
But if you allow it just because she's stressed at work ikaw naman, you'll start building resentment.
Breathe in and out. You deserve peace, and sometimes peace starts with a clean home. With CleanWorks, you don't just get a spotless space, you get mental clarity, professional cleaners, systematic service, hygienic, safe, and stress-free. Let CleanWorks handle the mess so you can focus on what truly matters. Rest, family, or just your time. Clean space, calm mind. Book now at CleanWorks PH on Instagram or Facebook, or call 0966 200 6910 to schedule your cleaning. Because self-care starts at home.
I have 3 tips. Before doing that conversation, that difficult conversation, think 3 things in order. Number 1, is it coming from a place of love?
Okay.
It's difficult to say, but your intentions are good. Okay. If that's a check that. Number 2, timing. So don't talk to your stressed spouse at the heat of the moment. Right now, nagwawala siya about something. Diba? So, time it when she's calm and you're calm. Both of you. Right? And then number 3 is just try to prepare your message and the delivery and the tone.
Okay.
Choose your words. Make sure your tone is calm. So, all those 3, check.
Right.
Do it.
Right. So, love, timing, delivery.
Correct.
Right.
There.
Ano yung hindi coming from a place of love?
Yung sometimes, inis ka lang and my God, that Mirza was so salty to me last, anuin ko nga. I wanna hurt her back.
Okay, revenge lang.
Oo, yung nakakainis lang siya. Sometimes, nagigig akong passive-aggressive, di ba? In the next meeting.
Paano kung wala ka namang love for the person?
Well, when I say love, sometimes in the workplace, for instance, the intention is good. Like, it would be love for the organization. Right? Maybe sometimes their colleagues talaga, you're not gonna love them, they're not gonna be your barkada. But when you say love, it's love for the purpose of your work, love for the business, or love for your organization, or for your team. Kung may ikakabuti yung pag-uusapan nyo, right?
Right.
And love for yourself, because you can't be working with somebody who keeps rubbing you off the wrong way that it's already affecting you so much
Right.
that you're having inner dialogue or inner stories about this person, then by all means, speak your truth. Now, if the person doesn't take it well, despite you trying your best to tick those 3 criteria, then that's crucial information for you too, right? That is this a work relationship that's worth or is this person really meant to be in our team? You can't even give productive feedback.
Right.
So baka that's something you have to bring up in the next performance
Right.
conversation.
Or should you marry this guy?
Exactly. Or should you divorce?
Super red flag na pala. So on a personal note, what are the most courageous conversations you have had that changed your life?
Wow.
Or
Wow.
workplace?
Yeah. Marami, but maybe
Or with your children? Or
yes.
friends?
Several. I'm struggling to answer that kasi marami. There's so many good ones. But maybe, okay, there was a colleague I was working with. I really didn't like the way that person would cut me in workshops.
Oh.
Like, we would facilitate together and I'd be cut off. Or when that person would give me feedback, galit.
Okay.
So, and it reminded me of my time decades ago in media where it was really such a toxic environment.
Yeah, sigawan.
Nagsisigawan talaga kami. Kasama ako dun sa sigawan. But then I realized at my age, I'd like to be more chill. Probably my heart can't take it anymore. So I actually talked to that person and said, I'm really not comfortable being spoken to that way or being interrupted in the middle of facilitation. Because also the audience,
Yeah.
also they're like, what happened there?
Yeah.
Why? So I had, after, of course, the workshop and we had time together, that's when I said it. So, and the person took it well. But, in the end also, I realized, maybe this is not, because we're not working in the same company, maybe it's really difficult for this
Yeah.
person. They're going through something and I wish them well in their
Right.
journey, but you can now extricate yourself,
Right.
and you don't ghost the person, right?
Right.
You have to come clean and say, I'm not comfortable with this.
Right.
So there.
You said in some of your articles that conflict can actually be good. How can we reframe conflict or the prospect of conflict so that we're not so scared of it?
Yeah. Conflict. In fact, a team coaching mentor had told me, this man has had decades of experience coaching teams. What I observe is there needs to be actually more conflict in the workplace.
Oh.
Because conflict is good. Conflict allows for innovation and new and better ways of thinking because you're
Right.
questioning, right? You're
Right.
questioning, why are we doing this? Why? We lack conflict. What we have too much of is taking things personally and talking behind people's backs.
Viber side chat.
Right. Yes. So that's when it becomes a problem. But in teams where there is high psychological safety, meaning I actually like calling it brave space, when the leaders allow people to question, when the leaders allow you to even give you negative feedback or tell me how could I have done better, that's when more conflict arises. But the good kind of conflict, the conflict wherein people question your idea or how you're doing things, and then you work together to see, okay, which idea is the best among all these conflicting ideas. And that's when innovation happens. And that's also when people become closer. Kasi may pinagdaanan tayo. Mirza, you wanted it done this way. I thought of doing it another way. And then you and I talked about it. Pinagdaanan natin yung medyo nagkaheated discussion tayo, but we were able to overcome that and come up with the better idea or the best idea and work together and succeed together. O di naging close pa tayo.
Right. Para sa mga hindi ever magiging close, but they have to achieve a common goal. Like, di ba they say, you don't have to be best friends. You just have to work together. Is there hope for mga taong, parang you can see talaga there's a personality clash, but they need to work together.
Yeah. That's a tough one. But there's always hope because nga, you can't choose like your family.
True.
You can't choose certain workmates or teammates, right? But if you show up compassionately, honestly, and then you try to have the courageous conversations as soon as possible.
Right.
Let them know where you're coming from, but at the same time being conscious of tone and delivery and timing.
Right.
Then you might even be surprised that that person will get you.
Right.
Right? And of course, another thing that's important is always ask them after you share after you courageously share what you have to share, ask them what they think.
Yeah.
Always ask them what they think, or make an effort also to understand where they are coming from. And for all you know, you may not be barkada, but you will build mutual respect.
Right.
Right? Hindi talaga kayo super vibes, but at least there's mutual respect. And that's good enough.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Right.
So you don't have to have drinks after all the time, but at
Right.
least you can work together.
Right. And it's a matter of learning the skills, right? Which you will give us a glimpse of.
Yes,
And
yes.
you have for us like some steps or tips on how
okay.
to...
In the workplace, and actually, even in your personal life, there's this framework I really like. I didn't invent this. It's called the SBI framework. Situation, Behavior, Impact. SBI. So, if you're going to rehearse that difficult conversation, make sure you describe the situation. No personal attacks. No, Mirza, ang sungit mo last week sa meeting, The situation was, Mirza, I asked a question and you snapped at me. And I felt uncomfortable. And the people around felt uncomfortable. So you described the situation, the meeting last week, and then the behavior of Mirza.
Right.
Right? This is what you did. And in a way that's as, without adjectives, but, or with very little or very innocuous adjectives. Like, yeah, you mabilis mo akong sinagot or parang ganyan.
What if sinabi niya, I don't think I snapped at you. I was just telling you my opinion.
Ganyan. Well, to me, ang ano is, ito yung impact sa akin. So that's the I.
Right. I statements.
Oo. So situation, behavior, and then now, to answer that, yung impact. Kasi, but the way you said it, the impact on me was this.
Right.
It made me feel cut off. I even got a bit agitated. And when I looked around the room, people also kept quiet. Because, I don't know, I sensed that maybe they also felt the tension.
Right.
So situation, behavior, impact.
Right.
So try to use that before you give feedback. So it's a feedback model that you can use to prepare. And always prepare. Don't just come in like in the heat of the moment yourself. You also have to be calm.
Wag susugod.
Wag susugod. And then actually do a little cognitive behavioral therapy on yourself. Like, okay, ang sungit ni Mirza. But maybe, what if Mirza was going through something that day I wasn't sure of? Because normally, she's kind to me. When I need help, she's there to give me honest opinions. She and I have had fun together naman in previous meetings. Maybe it was just in that meeting. Maybe she's not masungit. She was just masungit that moment because of something.
Right.
Right? So, reverse the story in your head. Maybe that's not actually, but just challenge that story in your head. And then, of course, eventually have that conversation and see ano ba talaga yung nangyari.
What if masungit siya lagi and then napuno ka na?
Well, then
How
that's
do you
why
CBT your head?
don't keep avoiding the difficult conversation.
Right.
If lagi mo naman siyang kinakausap but she still does it,
Right.
then there's other decisions you have to make around that.
Right. Other things we need to keep in mind if after you did the SBI, it still didn't like get resolved or whatever.
Yun. Then there are some things that are beyond your control. So recognize what's beyond your control. But what is within your control is the way you show up,
Right.
the way you speak to them, that your intentions are good. So as long as your conscience is clear and you made the effort, you brought up the courage, you mustered the courage, okay ka na.
Right.
That other person, if whatever you do, they don't change, then I don't know, that's an
Yeah.
HR issue.
Yeah, I know.
That's a performance
Escalate.
review. Oo, diba? Or that person, you have to wish that person well in their journey, right?
Right. So what's the most important thing we should all remember about what is possible when you gather enough courage to make those difficult conversations?
I like that question because I've seen in my own life and in the lives of others, when you do gather the courage to say this or have these difficult conversations, you will often be surprised that things are better than they actually are, or things are actually better than they were in your head.
Even if just in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have that difficult conversation, have the courage to do it, because you'll be surprised that this person is willing to work with me.
Okay.
This person is actually willing pala to listen to me.
Right.
Or this person isn't that bad. They were just having a bad day.
Right.
Right? Probably that person just found out their parent got diagnosed with cancer or something.
Right.
So, but you won't know that until you have that difficult conversation. Sometimes you'll find out this person and I really can't work together. Then you have to make naman, this is another topic, a tough decision.
Right. One thing I used to say when I was in the corporate world full time, when people were in conflict, I would always say, I know it's hard and it seems corny, but always assume that everyone is coming from a place of good intention.
Yes.
And I guess that makes it easier, even if it's hard to believe, di ba? Kung kaaway mo minsan. Minsan you can't even believe that they are.
Yeah.
But actually, most people want the same thing, right?
Exactly. Sometimes they're just a jit because you both care a lot
Right.
about the work.
Right.
And it's not really about you.
Right.
But that's a good mantra then. Always assume the positive, because even if you find out in the end negative siya, or talagang masama yung intention niya, at least you operated in a way
Right.
that was not undermining him, her, or the team.
Right.
Right? So
So at least it's, if only for your own mental health.
yes. Oo. Kasi, again, these are just stories in your head. You won't really know
Right.
until you have that brave conversation.
Right. Thank you so much, Coach Nika. So, guys, I hope this episode empowered you to take that brave step.
Yes.
Remember, you can do this.
Yes, you can do this.
Thank you. Where can our listeners find out more about your coaching, your work, your workshops?
Yes. I hope you give them a link to my website, www.nikasantos.com, 2 Ks, Nikka.
And you're on Instagram.
I'm on LinkedIn.
Oh.
I'm also on Instagram there. So, yeah, Nika Santos with the double K.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to You Can Do This. If you want to know more about me, visit Mirza.com. That's MYRZA.com. And follow me at Mirza Season on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn. If you like this episode, please don't forget to rate it 5 stars. Hit the follow button on your podcast streaming platforms and hit the notification bell to get alerted every time we release a new episode. Catch you at our next convo, and always remember, you can do this.
Breathe in and out. You deserve peace, and sometimes peace starts with a clean home. With CleanWorks, you don't just get a spotless space, you get mental clarity, professional cleaners, systematic service, hygienic, safe, and stress-free. Let CleanWorks handle the mess so you can focus on what truly matters: rest, family, or just your time. Clean space, calm mind. Book now at CleanWorks PH on Instagram or Facebook, or call 0966 200 6910 to schedule your cleaning. Because self-care starts at home.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.